So many diets and food alternatives available to people, making the right eating choices can sometimes be confusing. This morning, Patty is talking with an award-winning author who has some advice about what to eat. Patty.
Yes, Randall, I am joined by Diana Hunter. She is the author of FoodSmart, Understanding Nutrition in the 21st Century. Thanks for joining us, Diana. Can you tell me why you decided to write this book, that there was a need for something like this?
Absolutely. To take the confusion and mystery out of nutrition and make it fun and interesting for folks.
Fun and interesting. I like that because you know how much we enjoy eating, so it should be fun and interesting. But it can be a little overwhelming at times because we really are assaulted with information. Eat more fat, eat less fat. Cut out the carbs. You know, there's just so many different messages, so how do you weed through it all? Is that what we're going to find in your book?
Absolutely.
So explain a little bit about, for so many people, myself included, the big question is, what do I do to lose weight? You know, I'm not sure if I can think of any of my friends and family right now who hasn't said that they need to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever it is.
A lot of people. I'm not a fan of dieting. You need to learn to eat right.
A lifestyle.
A lifestyle.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's really important to take a look at what you're eating. And I try to give people that opportunity by actually showing them, like in one of the chapters I talk about 25 common consumables, things we eat a lot as a nation.
Okay.
Take a look at some of the pros, some of the cons, and then decide if that's beneficial for you or not as beneficial, given if you're taking medications, what your overall lifestyle is, your habits, your activity level, and things like that.
Okay, so that leads me to, you don't really need to see the studies that are out right now. You can just look around you and see that more children are heavier now. Not even to the point of obesity, just kids just tend to be heavier than, say, when you and I were kids. What can parents do? What can schools do? And again, is this in your book, to help kids these days?
Yes, the idea in every term, whether you're an adult, a child, an older person, it doesn't matter. Obesity and just overweight prior to being obese is a big concern right now. Again, it comes down to a lifestyle change. Eating differential foods that have higher fiber and less fat or less fat and trans fat in particular is going to make a big change. And then getting active is a good combination with the food backing it up. And yes, I do cover a very big depth of that.
Contained in here. So as we're at the farmer's market, we're at the grocery store, we're making a choice at a restaurant, what foods should we be focusing on that are in the good category versus some choices that are going to fall into what you would say is the bad category?
I try to teach people that you need to be realistic. Everybody's going to want to cheat sometimes. So, like with these cookies I brought you this morning.
Right. We have some healthy cookies. We'll talk about those in a moment. But
okay. You want to go to the store and you want to look at foods that have higher fiber that you might enjoy. Let's say, you know, a lot of men say to me, well, I want to eat something higher in fiber, but I don't want that particular kind of cereal because, sorry, it tastes like dog food to me.
Okay.
So you want to give them something that's an option out. How about pears? How about different types of beans?
Some other sources for getting that same category filled then.
Right. Learn the alternatives that you can take in place, and sometimes you'd be fascinated to find that a lot of times things taste better that you didn't realize, hey, I could eat this with higher fiber and I actually like this. So you have to practice a little, but go into a market, you'd want the fruits and the vegetables, higher fiber foods, and just learn what they are.
And sometimes we have to break out of our comfort zones and habits that we have picked up from childhood. And you are surprised. I know that at times I am surprised when I try things new and I think, you know, I've always eaten it this way, but if you experiment a little, it is surprising. And I feel like our taste buds change too as we get older. Like I don't find myself necessarily liking the same things or disliking the same things as when I was a kid.
That's interesting when you say the taste bud idea. They do change. You actually have less of them as we go forward, which is obviously an important concept you have to look at for older people.
Right.
But don't do this while you're driving. But if you ever drive down the road and you get a mint or something like that, or you're just sitting at home, take the mint and go down the middle of your tongue, and you notice you don't taste there. As adults, we only taste on the outer skirts of our tongue, or when we're baby, we taste all the way across. So as you get older, your taste probably do change because your taste buds actually change.
But we need to use that to our advantage. I find myself not caring for sweets and things the way I used to, and really liking more savory foods. So I'm using that to my advantage, cutting out a lot of the snack foods that I really shouldn't be having anyways.
Then you're really going to like these.
Okay, so let's see, you want to show these to me, what you've brought us in the studio here?
Sure, we brought you...
Just to show that you can snack and have good stuff, and it can be good for you.
And we have this. We gave you guys a recipe. It's also on the FoodSmart.org website, so if somebody wants to make them. What you basically can do, instead of taking full-fat cookies, by taking, let's say, 2 sticks of butter and a lot of sugar, like 2 cups of sugar.
Right.
These are made with, you can do a mixture. If you still have to have that butter taste, you could use like 1.5 sticks of a buttery spread.
Okay, so you
That's
can cut it.
low in fat, no cholesterol. And then you can put just a little bit of butter, like a 1/4 stick, to get the flavor, because you're making quite a few cookies here.
Right.
So yield you
It's a big batch.
3 dozen big ones or 4 dozen smaller ones. And then you add your organic ingredients if you like those.
Okay.
And a lot less sugar. You can use a quarter cup of brown and a 1/4 cup of the granulated white, or just even the brown.
That's a lot less for a regular batch of cookies. We have this recipe that Diana is telling us about linked to our website on myfox11.com. If you click on story links, you will find the information there, plus more information about Diana and her book. And you have a book signing today. You want to tell us quickly, where is that happening?
It's at 3 o'clock in San Luis Obispo, and it's actually an event. I'll tell you all about the chapters in the book and such, answer a lot of questions and sign books.
Okay. Is that at Borders?
That's at Borders.
Borders Books in San Luis Obispo.
Madonna Plaza.
Right. Okay, great. Diana, thank you for joining us, and we are tossing it back over to Randall.